What's up, friends? John here with Go Health Yourself. Welcome to the channel. And today I wanted to talk about preventing pressure sores and 7 ways that you can do so. And I'm certain that you can avoid pressure sores if you do at least 5 of these. You can keep them away. And I'm going to make a sequel to this video to if you do get pressure sores and ways to heal them, because I've had my fair share of pressure sores because I'm a pretty skinny guy, and believe me, I've had some pretty intense ones that I had to heal, and I had to go through the whole process of packing, irrigation, all that. So they can get pretty intense, and they can be very dangerous too if an infection occurs. So we'll start with number 1. I have a bunch of things that I wrote down here, a bunch of notes, because I wanted to make sure I go over everything. And for number 1 is protein. I can't stress that enough. Protein is so important. My main source of protein in the morning is protein powder. I take the pea protein. It's called Naked Pea, and it's real clean. Nothing else in it besides the actual pea protein. And they actually make a naked whey too. Whey is another protein that you can take that your body may respond better to it. But I really like this pea protein. It's great for digestive, and it's got a bunch of different amino acids and a bunch of things in it that helps your skin. And protein in general helps your skin integrity, and if you do have a wound, it helps heal the wound. Another thing that I take and I drink is bone broth, and that has collagen in it, which, collagen helps skin integrity and elasticity. And bone broth also has the bunch of amino acids in it as well, but it has 2 key amino acids in it, glycine and proline. And glycine helps the skin elasticity and integrity, and the proline helps heal wounds. So I would say, in general, you want a high protein diet to keep your skin integrity and elasticity and keep real good skin. I would say at least 80 grams a day, and I'm between 80 and 100 grams a day, I think. And I think that if you do have a wound, you want to even go higher than that. Just even take your body weight, like gram per pound of body weight in protein, from my experience. So you can get that, of course, through eggs, chicken, quinoa, which it's good. It's real healthy for you, and it also is high in protein. And just do your research on protein. So that's one of the most important. I mean, these are all important, but the second one I found really effective is coconut water. And coconut water, every time I seem to drink it, I don't ever get pressure sores, along with the other stuff here. But coconut water has been proven to promote collagen production. Again, collagen is really good. It increases skin hydration and elasticity, which in turn creates integrity in the skin. So coconut water can be really good. Some people hate it. Some people love it. I really love it. So if you do like coconut water, that's a really good one. I drink C2O. It's the closest I've found so far to actual, opening up a coconut and drinking a coconut, because my cousin actually owns a juice truck, and they were selling coconuts, Thai coconuts, at one point, and he was breaking the coconuts right there. And tasting that water compared to what you buy in the store is like a whole different ball game. So C2O is probably the closest I've gotten to actual coconut water. So number 3, if you haven't heard of the ROHO cushion, it's something that you should definitely look into. ROHO cushion. I have one on my wheelchair, and then I also have one on my shower chair. I think I've used the ROHO cushion from the beginning, but when I first got my wheelchair, I had a low profile, and I kept getting pressure sores. That's also because in the beginning I was spending too much time in bed, but that's going to be the next step. But the ROHO cushion, the cushion that I sit on right now is a mid-profile ROHO Quattro, I think it's called, the Quattro, and it's got 4 different quadrants in the cushion, so it equalizes the pressure on your thighs and your butt and all that. So that has worked really good for me, and they're pretty expensive. I think they're between like $600 and $800, around that price, but usually in most states insurance will pay for them, so that's a blessing there. But for the shower chair, I use a mid-profile commode cushion, so there's no cover on it, and so of course it's got a hole in the center. So ROHO cushions can be very effective too, and that was one thing that changed the game. As soon as I got the Quattro, the mid-profile, which you have more cushion and you sink in more, that has really helped, especially if you're bony. If you have a bony prominence on your coccyx and your pelvis. So number 4 is a suitable bed. This is super important too. What I do is I sleep on my back all night, and it's taken me a while to find the right mattress, and even the mattress didn't fully work. I was still getting spots, red spots. So I actually found a natural latex, I believe it's latex, topper. It's a 3-inch topper, and it's got very small holes in it, so it creates airflow. But the combination of the mattress that I have, which is a Quadriplegic, pretty much the same thing as a Tempur-Pedic. There's just a furniture store in Connecticut that it's called Bob's, and then they have the Quadriplegic, so it's essentially the same mattress as the Tempur-Pedic. But that combined with the natural latex topper has been really good, and a lot of people will sleep on their sides with a pillow between their knees, and that can work really well too. But I found when I sleep on my side, there's too much pressure on my side. I'm real bony on the side, so it doesn't work for me. So I also use bed boots to keep my heels elevated, so I don't get pressure sores on my heels, and prevent foot drop as well. So number 5 is pressure relief. Now this is super important for a lot of people. Now honestly, I don't do pressure relief a lot. I do it a couple times a day. They say to do it like 10 minutes on every hour, which I don't do. It helps having the real thick ROHO cushion, and it directly goes with number 6 is move around. I'm constantly moving around, shifting my weight all the time, and I think that's well, I know that is a form of pressure relief. And get outside, push around. It's super important to do that. If you have your house or your apartment, wheel around your apartment, and then if you can transfer in and out of your chair, do that. Transfer to the couch, transfer back to the wheelchair. And people that transfer know this. They got a pretty good idea. But if you don't, if you can't transfer, keep moving around. Just keep moving. That's super important. There's one more thing that I forgot to put in there is exercise. That also is super important. The more tone you get in your body and the more you move around, like going outside, as I mentioned, getting exercise is super important to prevent pressure sores as well. So especially when you're pulling down, like doing the back or chest, pulling down, I mean, you're taking pressure off where you're sitting. So exercise too, don't forget that. And then the last one is number 7, muscle spasms. I've heard nobody talk about this, but keeping minor muscle spasms is important because the tightening up of that muscle makes blood rush to that spot, and it helps relieve pressure, especially when your legs kick out. You know, you're having weight on the end of your legs, and it's taking weight off your thighs and your glutes. So I know some people's muscle spasms can be pretty intense, but you at least want to have a few muscle spasms a day. I think it's really important to keep small muscle spasms. It also keeps toning your legs. I have a video that I talk about how if you know your legs are not moving all the time, they're going to atrophy. You're going to lose muscle, so it's good to have tone in the legs. I'll put a link in the description below where I talk about that. But those are the 7 ways that you can prevent pressure sores. And I really hope this helps. If you have any questions, you know, feel free to ask. And if you are new to the channel, please subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. And thank you, friends. Stay strong, stay active, stay creative, and go health yourself. Over and out.